Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday night team call on this Tuesday, March 6th. And this is the first Tuesday of the month. And what we do every month is we gather as a smaller team and we just really talk about things that are important to you guys. And lately we've been focusing on some training. Still getting like a lot of background noise. If someone could mute out Megan there. Trying to mute. Okay, I think I did it. Okay, so what we have been doing the last month is we have been focused on skills and reporting tools that will help you guys really understand the marketing plan better so that you can really stay focused on what you need to do to get to your goal. And so last month we spent a lot of time going over qualifying your business and focusing on those reports so that you guys understand what you're looking at each month as you're working your businesses and working with your teams and really helping to get to the next level and the most important level of our business, which is qualifying your business. So those calls are recorded and I hope that they served you. And what I thought we would do tonight, and all the leaders and I had a great call yesterday, and we talked about, what other things and what other resources that we can be helping you guys get better at just plugging into so that you know where to find these resources and these tools as you're growing and as you're starting up new people. So I'm sorry, guys, I am getting over a cold. So I sound a little scrappy tonight. So what I want to do right now is I want to get us into the mission-driven model, and I want to talk about the most important thing that we can help people do is getting off to a great start. And hopefully everyone on this call knows the mission-driven model, and if you don't, I'm going to show it to you. It is not my Zoom screen. It is this. Can you guys see this? I know you're all muted. Okay, you're nodding. Okay, awesome. So this is missiondrivenmodel.com. It's brilliant because it is truly info, missiondrivenmodel.info. This and the virtual office are the two websites that you want to write down and you want to teach your new people to write down, because the virtual office, of course, is how we place orders. It's how we track our business. It's how we keep up with customers and all of that. But this mission-driven model is how we get trained, how we train people, and has every single resource you could possibly want to help build your business. And it just keeps getting richer and better and more easier to follow every single month. So I'm so grateful for the leaders in our company that spend their time putting this together, because we don't need to. We can just focus on talking and sharing. So tonight, I just really want to focus just this call on the getting started button. And this is really great, not just for the people who are getting started, you guys, but honestly for all of us, because every single month we have a new opportunity to start over. And that's what's really cool about this business. I've been in this business for 15 years, but every month I set new goals, I write down new names, and I start over in a sense. So this tab has all of the different resources that you need, not only for yourself, but for your team members as well. And I want to show you guys, of course, I was reorienting myself to this getting started page, and I have been lately because I've been starting up new people. But I want to show you guys this checklist, because I don't know if you guys know that this checklist is as rich and abundant with very easy click-through resources as what is here. So if you're just getting started, you want to make sure you get logged into your Juice Plus virtual office, right? You want to go in and you want to help people set up their own URLs and get their websites going. So then we want to help them. We want to help our new people, and I'm not going to click on that, but I'm going to click on something else. We want to help them place their first order if they're not a customer already of Juice Plus, or if they have orders to go into the system. And just so that you guys know, if you don't work directly with me on a regular basis, my philosophy is I do not want to enter in a representative, a new person that is ready, yes, I want to do this, Lisa. Yes, I'm ready to get started. I don't want them as a rep unless they have customers ready to go. Okay, because I want to give them the full 30-day window of time to go out there, share their story, share some of this basic information, have an event, whatever it is that we're going to be doing right away, hopefully all of those things. And then when they're ready to place orders, that's when I put them into the virtual office. Okay, they don't need to have the virtual office unless they want to have people place orders on their website. Because all of the resources that they have to share Juice Plus are here within the mission-driven model. Okay, so that's just because I want to give people as much opportunity to fast track and get to VF in a 30-day window. That's really what I teach, is 30 days to VF. So if you are working with someone and you've got this checklist pulled up, what you can do is you can take them through this, and then you can show them how easy it is to get from one website to the other. So for example, if you have someone and they want to order some materials and they're saying, how do I do that? Well, we just clicked on Juice Plus promotions and it just took us right into this website. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that's what it did for me. So if this is up on their screen, they can click on all of these little blue icons and it will take them to the resource that it's saying is there. Okay, so it's so cool and intuitive. Now, number 4 is a really important thing that I always want to talk about with my new team member. And you know what, you guys, a lot of times new people don't really know what they want. I didn't know what I wanted. I wanted to have my product covered at cost. I wanted to discount on my product. That's what I wanted at the beginning. But it's a good question just to ask, just to get people thinking. You know, some people are like, yeah, I need to make $1,000 a month. I mean, I need to make, you know, X amount so that I can quit my job or whatever it is. But sometimes in the beginning they don't. But it's always a really good thing to have this conversation and get into question number 4 with people. Okay, and then we go down and we want to make sure that they're connected, right? Boxer and Facebook and all this and that. Now, especially right now, if we're helping new people get started, we definitely want to talk to them about the Phoenix conference. And we want to help them get to the Phoenix conference because we know that people who go to conference, everything changes, their worlds explode, they see things in a whole different way, the vision is born, and they are so excited to get started. So the next live event we want to click on here, okay? And you can just click on this with your new team member and it will take them into the Juice Plus live website. So this is just, I just think that this is so great that they've taken these steps for us. Okay, so now we want to help them get moving, right? We want to help them plan some events, Zoom event, Facebook event, a live event, so you can work with them on that. And then we want to get them into their story, okay? And we talked about this a little bit last month, sharing your story. So we want to help them just really understand the importance of having a Juice Plus story. And everybody has a Juice Plus story. Even if you're not on the product yet, you have a Juice Plus story because Juice Plus made sense to you at a fundamental conceptual level. You know, oh, I'm not eating enough fruits and vegetables, and neither is anyone else in my life. So, you know, so they get involved for that reason. So you can take them through this page and you can show them some examples of stories, okay, just to help them, you know, craft their own story in their mind. All right, so I'm not going to click through every single thing because you guys get the idea, but I just want you guys to see that all these resources are there, especially like, what do I say? Okay, what do I say to people? That always comes up for me with new people, and you can send them, you can show them this message blitzing page. They don't have to message blitz if they don't want to. They certainly can, but this is going to give them the verbiage, okay? All the verbiage here is all here in this message blitzing link that I just clicked on. I'm really excited about something that I just found. I have no idea if this is for you. You know, you can see it all here. Okay, I have no idea if you would be interested or not. I mean, you guys, this verbiage works. So if you just teach your people to cut and paste and share this with the people that they love and care about, they're going to get responses, and those are going to lead to results. Okay, so this is the getting started page. And everything is here to teach them how to at least get to this healthy living bonus, the very first step, the 6% commission. And I really don't want anyone to join my team unless they want to do at least that, because otherwise they're just, I mean, they can, but it's just so much nicer to set them up for success. So I always tell people right away, you tell 3 people, or if they're new to the product, 2 people outside of your home, and you're going to earn a $100 bonus. So that step alone is something that I always strive for. And it's right here. You can talk them through it and they can see what they need. Okay, so that's the getting started worksheet. And then there's other resources here that I'll just show you guys, and then we can open it up for some Q&A. Obviously the videos, and these aren't product videos. These are videos around the business, a little bit of training. You know, if you want to add these to your DMOs to maybe watch one a week if you haven't yet, so that you're familiar with what they are, so that you can be sharing them with people. Anything that Julie Herbst does, I love. She's just a gifted, exceptional teacher. So I don't even need to watch Julie. I know it's going to be excellent. So I typically will send people that. I actually just sent someone that last week. And then the fast track. So this is, we actually watched one of these videos last week or a couple weeks ago. And these are the videos that you can show your new team member that they can watch on their own time, or you can watch it together if you want, but they can do it on their own, to understand what they need to do to hit this level. So not only do they have the visual, the flyer, but they have these little tutorial videos that are so simple, and it's step by step by step. So once they get to the HLP, if they want to keep going, then they fast track to the 2000 plus, then they qualify their business, and then they fast track to sales coordinator. So everything that they need to fast track to sales coordinator is right there. Okay, this is a really important document that I know can sometimes overwhelm people, but it's important as a sponsor for us to know how many points the products represent, okay, and how many points our new team members are earning. Now, I always want to empower people to keep track of it, but let's face it, you guys, in the beginning, people are learning a lot. And I am much more of my philosophy is I want people building their belief around Juice Plus and spending time talking with people and using the tools. I, as their sponsor, want to take on the responsibility of keeping track of their points. And then once they get to VF, then we start coaching more. We start understanding the PVC report more. If they have more goals, then I really help them understand more of the numbers. But for the first 30 to 60 days, I really just want them focused on talking to people, disciplining their disappointments, troubleshooting objectives, you know, working on their events, getting plugged in. There's a lot of stuff that we're, you know, giving to them at the beginning. And I think a lot of us take for granted that there is a bit of a learning curve with you know, new people. So I take on the numbers piece and I manage this piece for them. So every single product that Juice Plus sells has a point value system. It's all here, okay? It's broken down in monthly installments. We tell you how much it costs for the customer in installments and pay in full, and then the commission levels. So you guys can see that. Okay, this is good to print out, just kind of have it handy as a reference, and to just default back to. If you ever have anyone asking you any question about any product or anything, this is a great tool to have handy. Okay, and then the virtual office tutorials, these are also really helpful. I'll spend time, and now that we have Zoom, like last week I did this with one of my new team members. I just will screen share like this, and I'll show her, I showed her how to place orders. I showed her the difference between the Children's Health Study order and regular orders, things like that. But you can also use these tutorials, which are super, super helpful, okay? And again, you guys, it's all about empowering our new team members to do some of this stuff on their own. You know, we hold their hands for a little while, but then we really want to create independence. That's the whole foundation of our business, is to create independence. And then they added this in recently, which of course, everything, like I said, that Julie does is amazing. And these are great teaching tools on how to host your first events. So from the script, the invitations, the One Simple Change event, now we have the Inspiring Healthy Living events, or Inspiring Freedom Revolution events. And again, everything that you guys want. And I'll just click on this so that you can see how great this is. It takes you into a Dropbox. So it will show you invitations. It'll show you verbiage. It'll show you different templates that you can download and use the invitations yourself. Okay. So this is just such a great, simple resource that we can be guiding people to. And of course, there's so much more as we get into it, but I love that the getting started piece is so simple, because again, when we're starting people up, we want to keep it simple, right? We don't want to overwhelm them with too much stuff. I like to take it one step at a time, with the goal being fast track sales coordinator, but we have to take those steps to get there, right? So I'm going to stop sharing the screen and give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions. I can go back into the screen, super easy. But do you guys have any questions on anything that we just went over and that I showed you on the getting started piece?
I do.
Yes, please ask.
I just want to be clear. So when you're doing the startup checklist, you said you do not have people log on to get connected with the virtual office until they have customers. Is that what you were saying?
Well, that's the philosophy that I really try to work with, Jennifer, because if you just sign somebody up and they're just sitting there and they're not in activity and they're not placing orders and things like that, then they're just losing time with the company in terms of, because you have 30 days to reach your HLP, right? And then you have 60 days to reach your VF. Now, 30 days is a long time to reach HLP, unless you're like really not interested in talking about Juice Plus at all. Most people usually hit that. But, the 60 days, the VF, we need to be in activity. So I would just rather have them start their clock, so to speak, their 60-day clock, when they have new customers that want to order. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can, you can enroll them, but it's not going to really mean anything until they have a purpose to use that website, which is typically, for a brand new rep, it's placing orders.
Right. So they wouldn't necessarily need access to the virtual office or start exploring the virtual office until they have customers anyway. So once
That's right.
So once they have then they can transfer their own order under them.
That's
and then
right.
To outside the household and get HLP.
That's right. That's exactly right. Now, the only caveat to that, and this actually happened for me last week, is my friend said, well, I need a website because people want to start to order from me. So if that's the case, we've got to put them into the virtual office, because then they will have their own customized juiceplus.com website. Right. That's the only thing that they can't have until they are enrolled and pay their $50 and are in the virtual office. Does that make sense? Who else, you guys? Anybody else?
My husband interrupted me for a second.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So What was the last thing you just said about
I said the only caveat to that is if they need their juiceplus.com website,
right,
so that people can place orders from that. Then you do need to enroll them, and then they do need to set up their juiceplus.com website.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't get that any other way.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, Lisa, Cheryl, if she's on, she can articulate it much better than I can, but there was a couple things that she recently learned in signing up a new rep. from the company based relating to orders. Cheryl, can you comment on that?
Yeah, actually, so if you have a customer who's placed orders for you and they sign up as a rep, if their name and address of the rep matches an existing order in the system, it automatically transfers to that new rep. I didn't have to call in and transfer it to her. It was already under her distributorship.
Yes, so it's a little hard to hear you, Cheryl, but what you said is that if the name of the rep matches an existing customer because they've been a customer of yours, the company will automatically transfer that over. Maybe it will take a week or two. I did know that that was coming.
Yeah, it was their name and address matches. It actually happened overnight. New rep last night, this morning, her orders were under her.
Wow.
Right. So the only thing is, right, that doesn't count, because her orders were a couple months old, doesn't count as part of the HLP, right, because it's not within that window.
That's right.
But orders do automatically transfer.
Right. No, that is good to know.
Yep.
Because it saves us a phone call.
Yes.
I'm confused. I don't get what the scenario is because you're really blurry, Cheryl.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So if I have Sarah, if you're a customer of mine, but you're not a rep on my team, you've been placing orders through me, and then you sign up as a rep, and the system will recognize your address and name as your rep and see that it matches an order in the system, those orders will automatically be transferred to your business and out of mine. Does that make sense? So I don't have to call corporate and say, hey, Sarah Moore is now a rep on my team. Will you move the orders that I had put in and put them under her? The system automatically does that for you.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Lisa, how do you make sure that a person has customers to sign up if they're interested in joining the business? I mean, what does that look like? Do you tell them, how do you ensure that they have people who are ready to sign?
Well, obviously we should be in conversation. And what I typically do is I will send someone that I have just shared the business with. I actually just did this last week. I will send them 3 of my favorite product videos. I don't tell them about the mission driven model or anything until they're ready to go and ready to say yes. So I will send them my 2 or 3 top product videos. And I'll say, if you have people that you love and care about that you want to share this with, ask them if they're open to taking a look at a video. I do try to train them on what to say because new people, sometimes they say it right, sometimes they don't. Ask the people in your circle that you love and care about if they are open to some information. And then they will start talking and, hopefully. And they have those videos that I have sent. And oftentimes, you guys, the raving fans don't need training. They already are talking up Juice Plus. They're talking about it. So I know reps right away when all of a sudden I'll get a referral and it'll come from a customer and she'll say, oh yeah, I told my mom she better get on Juice Plus. And then I'll say, okay, well, we need to have a conversation about you joining my team. So obviously there needs to be communication about that. And then I will go back to them, like this just happened over the weekend. The person that I met with last week, she was talking about it. And I got contacted by a gal at our gym. And I said to my friend, well, if she signs up, she'll be your first customer. So that's when I'll enroll her as a representative. So communication is really the key, Sarah. And you know that you have somebody who's talking about it if they're in touch with you at the same time. When I don't hear from people, then nothing's really happening. I know that nothing's happening. But when I hear from people and I have people ask me questions and, things like that, then I know that things are happening.
And Sarah, you can even schedule a couple of events for somebody, do a Zoom call, do Facebook events, and then once they get interest from that, sign them up and get those orders put in.
Yep, absolutely. I know that there's a lot of different, there's a lot of different ways. I mean, what I just showed you in the mission driven model, those are the tools that work. But every single person that we talk to about our business is different. So we're going to handle the steps differently, you know, depending on who they are and what their needs are and what they're saying to you that they want, right? So that's why it's so important that we, you know, use our uplines, get those people on three-way calls, you know, connect them into what we're doing as soon as we can. I mean, some people, it takes them a while to kind of plug in, but other people want to plug in right away, and just step with them according to what their needs are at the time and what they're saying that they want. But I just want you guys to know that these resources really make our jobs easiest. And, you know, the biggest challenge that I think younger reps in the business have, or even seasoned reps, doesn't matter, is that they get nervous about sponsoring people because, you know, it's a responsibility. We don't want to mess it up. We want to do a good job for our new people. We don't want to, you know, whatever. And that's super common, and that happens all the time. But that's why we can really rely on these tools. We can rely on everything that's in the mission driven model because it works and it's brilliantly put together. You can rely on your, you know, your upline and the support team to help you in this process and do this together. That's why we have this team. And it doesn't have to be as, you know, overwhelming as, you know, you might think it is in your mind. Anybody else have any other questions? You guys are so quiet and good, but I do really appreciate the questions because it helps me and it helps other people, even if they're not asking the question. It definitely helps clarify things. All right, you guys are so good. All right, everybody. Well, thank you. I'm going to go rest my voice.
Thanks,
You
Lisa.
guys, yes, everybody have a great night. I'm going to